Okay, so as we'll see, Democrats lost their minds over all of this. They could not believe that Pete Hegseth was the nominee. So Senator Gary Peters of Michigan, he ripped into Hegseth saying, "You are unqualified." Now, again, all the Democrat qualifications in the world, they don't seem to matter. Because for Democrats, the qualification is not how you will actually run the Defense Department or whether your ideology on defense is correct. It's apparently whether you ran a big business beforehand or whether you spent 30 years climbing the ranks of the military by kissing enough ass. These are apparently the things that make you qualified to run the Department of Defense, as opposed to what you are going to do. Of course. So here is Senator Gary Peters getting very miffed, incredibly miffed, that Pete Hegseth is going to be Secretary of Defense.
Do you think that the way to raise the minimum standards of the people who serve us is to lower the standards for the Secretary of Defense? That we have someone who has never managed an organization more than 100 people is going to come in and manage this incredibly important organization and do it with a professionalism and has no experience that they can tell us that they have actually done that? I have real problems with that.
Wow. I mean, well, if he hasn't run a giant organization, then how can he possibly run the Department of Defense? Well, maybe by making it a smaller organization might be one answer. And then you have Senator Jack Reed, who dropped the laugh out loud funny line that we are a more lethal military thanks to diversity. I'm sorry, I don't see the correlation. It doesn't seem to me that if you were just recruiting a military from scratch, your first question would be, how many Black, Hispanic, Jewish, and Asian people are there in this military? That shouldn't be your first line of demarcation in terms of an effective fighting force. But according to Jack Reed, this is the thing that makes the American military deadly, is that we have more minority lesbians or something. Here is this asinine senator from Rhode Island.
Our military is more diverse than it has ever been, but more importantly, it is more lethal than it has ever been. This is not a coincidence. Mr. Hegseth, I hope you will explain why you believe such diversity is making the military weak and how you propose to undo that without undermining military leadership and harming readiness, recruitment, and retention.
Harming recruitment. We can't recruit or retain anyone right now. Everybody who's showing up to the office is too fat. It's really a massive problem. They have massive recruitment shortages. And Jack Reed's like, well, I mean, what are we going to do if we don't have enough overweight transgender people in the military?